Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So this video is going to be off the beaten path for me. I have been in Discord recently and I'm just listening sometimes to different chat rooms. And one of them that I've been in lately is, well, if you look at your screen there, it's called 24/7 Flat Earth. So I had a question for them. By the way, this is the first time that I had asked them a question. It's actually the first time I said anything, but I just wanted to get their reaction about how they would answer this particular question. Unfortunately, I did not record my question. I had afterwards, I had, made a little recording. So I have a very short clip of what took place afterwards.
I'm just explaining from our perspective why, when someone comes in and says these things, that's all well and good, but we don't accept them without demonstration or proof that they are in fact a thing. And that's why I just brought up that it was begging the question of those things to begin with. There's a lot of stuff that in the globe paradigm exists and has to exist for that thing to make sense, but our claims are almost exclusively just about the nature and not specifically shape, but the nature of Earth is probably the right way to put it, and the realities of how it's measured and navigated are that it's level, essentially. So anything outside of that, I don't think many people in here would make claims to. I'm sure lots of people can speculate, but as part of our argument, we only make claims to things that we can validate, measure, and prove, really.
So anyway, that was the tail end of it after I had already asked. And so anyway, here was the question that I gave them. I gave them a hypothetical. I said, I am Elon Musk, okay? Or I'm somebody that's got money to burn, okay? So basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the flat earthers, whoever was in the room, I want them to be part of a project. And my project is going to be to put 2 satellites into orbit. They will be in the same orbit. They will be, basically side by side, if you want to call it that. They'll be in the same distance, basically. So all things being equal, everything is the same. But one of the satellites will actually be round. Okay, it'll be actually shaped as in like a basketball. The other one will be a round disc. Okay, so the flat earthers are actually going to see both of them. They'll see, with their own eyes, and there is no trickery, there is no deception. This is assuming that everything is above the board. We're also assuming that it is possible to put a satellite in orbit. That was part of the conversation, which they were willing to say, yes, they do assume that. That is actually happening right now. There are things right now that are rotating around the Earth. So my question was, once I have these 2 satellites up in orbit, how would you go about proving to a third party that one of them is actually round and one of them is actually flat? Would there be any methodology, or what would be the methodology to go about proving one or the other? And basically what they told me, and it surprised me, is they said there would be no way to do that except if you were to actually go up or touch both of the objects. Okay? Other than touching them, there wouldn't be any way to prove it. So the answer they gave me kind of surprised me, because I was expecting something a little bit more concrete, or a little more, I want to use the word scientific, but in a way, it would be scientific, the answer they gave, strictly on the basis that it would be done by observation. So that part of it, at least, would fall into a scientific way to do it. But I was just thinking it would be a little more technical than that. I was expecting something a little more technical because they do get quite elaborate and they do get quite technical in these discussions, you know, from what I've heard. And I've been in there recently. But I guess I surprised myself because my first time up at bat, I gave them a question which didn't really give anything other than just something that was very rudimentary, not anything technical. But anyway, so that's my video. No, I am not planning to create a new YouTube channel called Flat Earth Debunked. No, I was just curious to see what their reaction or how they would respond. So that's it. Please feel free to leave your comments. Thank you for watching. And also, please subscribe.